pity in my walls, and I'm never saying sorry, never leaving a battle without proving my point. Watch my gun smoke as I shoot up the joint. You always at me, I'm never at the crib. But this time put your money where your mouth is. Meet me at sundown, cause I'm not dead. You see what I'm saying? Am I right? I'm wanted by Billy Cool J and Jesse Mosey. Even Russ and his posse can't catch up with me. I'm excluded from surveillance by the law. I'm wanted everywhere cause I'm an outlaw. Check all my pistols to the smell of ammonia. Jump for my diet and headed for Arizona. I'm ready for a showdown anywhere. I ain't no joke, I come from broke, you know I'm right. Now get off your horse, put up your deuce, load up your gun and take aim to shoot. Cause my fingers are itching to feel you glad. And all they can say is another one dead. Now is the time for another showdown. To show them all who's the quickest around. So let's battle, cowboy, cause I'm not scared. Am I right, boy?
Man, y'all don't know nothing about that, man. Y'all don't know nothing about that. What's up? What's up? This is Sub. Figured I'd bump a little LaJuan Love. Yeah, I called him DJ LaJuan Love back in the day. But anyway, he was the man. This was the song. Well, when I was in like the 6th grade, this was the song, man. That was it. I think Luke brought him out. He was a beast, though. This back in the day. Y'all gonna make me play some of these Shotty on y'all. Y'all ain't ready for Shotty, though. Y'all ain't ready for Shotty. I get y'all on that later. You know what I'm saying? I gotta kind of walk you into it. You know what I'm saying? Cause and then if you from the South, you know this song here. I mean, if you from the South, that was it there. That was it. Oh man, that was it right there, boy. Luke paid $500 for the song. Oh man. Luke came up. That was a banger there, boy. We loved that as a kid, man. That was a song. But back then, man, it was all about having fun. You know what I'm saying? Dancing, you know what I'm saying? It was just fun. It wasn't about, nigga, I shoot you, I kill you, nigga, I'm selling dope. Nigga, it ain't like that. It was just dance, just have fun, just rock the party. You know what I'm saying? This was and I remember, you got to have some bass to go with it. You know what I'm saying? It just won't sound the same. But trust me, when the bass hitting, and then this right here, I could go on and on, boy. This scrub the ground. This to have fun. This is Freaknik days right here. I'm dating myself now. Talking about the damn Freaknik, right? Y'all probably like, what the hell is a Freaknik? What is that? Like, okay, you are late. This was one of my favorite songs by Freak Nasty.
Freak nasty wanna know, 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 freak nasty wanna know.
y'all don't understand. See, it just ain't the same. We had this place called the G Spot over in Selma. It was over the bridge. Before you go over the Edmund Pettus Bridge, it's on the left because we lived in the city. This is when I was at Water, and this song had just came out. Man, let me tell you something. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember one night I went in there, man. It was so packed. I had a blast. I ain't had that much fun in a minute. Man, I went in there with my little Tommy Hilfiger outfit on. Man, I left out that mug in a white beater, drenched. Had ran my car to the damn shop. I mean, ran my shirt and clothes all up in the damn car. I was just in that bitch getting it. You know what I'm saying? It was the good old days, boy. Good old days. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all like, oh man, this nigga's old nigga, man. This nigga talking about. I want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So right now, guys, what I want to talk about is just coming up in this new strange world that we're living in right now. I mean, it's kind of, I would say, go into the political thing, but I'm burned out on politics, guys. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. Like, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, how much evil can I see going on? It just gets old. You know what I'm saying? After a while, you like, man, this is sickening. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes you tired because you just like, okay, I ain't gonna go there. So this video, what's up, y'all? This video, I was talking about, I wanted to talk about how to come up financially. And I just wanted to kind of talk about some things that I think are important and imperative for success in this new millennium. I know this video probably not going to get as much views as my other. Now, if I just come on here talking about how black people are messed up, it'll be packed. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how it works, though. Whenever it's something negative, then negativity draws attention, whereas positivity just doesn't. What do they say? Bad news goes around the world 4 times before good news can even put on his tennis shoes. All right, I see. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, guys. So let me first go ahead and tell you guys one of my favorite. I'm burned out too, man. I'm tired, dog. Tired. I'm like, damn. It's like evil just taking over. I just see so much stuff going. I'm like, man, God, man. It's So right now, that's what got my mind focused on 2 things. God, well, more than 2, but one of the main things in the forefront of my mind right now is, first of all, getting closer to God. Secondly, one of my other things I really liked was I'm really focused on is getting to this paper, dog. Like, and my thing is this, man. At this juncture in right now in America, man, if you're black, not just if you're black, but usually I talk to black people, but just in general, in America right now, guys, you need to, get yourself together financially, because the future in this country America can go 50 million ways right now. And at the end of the day, it doesn't look good. Whenever Democrats get control of the Congress, the House, the Senate, Trump can forget ever getting back into the White House again. I know they're saying he's going to run in 2024. He can forget it. They will never. They know that man is too powerful, too loved. He's too good for America. They don't want a strong America. Democrats do not want a strong America. Democrats want to get wealthy while destroying America. Problem is, we're American. So you may say, I don't care about that. Well, yeah, but you're American too. And I'm going to talk, that's what this video is about. The fact that you're American, you have benefits. You have things that that you can actually obtain access to that will allow you to build financially. You know what I'm saying? And so, guys, I want you to really take this into account when you say you hate America, because I'm going to tell you something. It can be way worse than America. It's okay, boo. It's okay. All right? Get the towel. The towel's right behind you. Get the towel right there. Sit it right there. And there the towel is right there. Grab the towel. Okay? So anyway, guys, let me go ahead. This is one of my favorite YouTubers that I've been bumping lately, like hard. Like, even though I don't necessarily, I'm kind of not at the place where he is saying you need to start from. I'm not at just rock bottom with my credit. My credit is not bad like that. At the same time, it can always be better. I can always add another 100 points. I'm not at an 850. Let's put it like that. So this guy right here is one of my favorite YouTubers. Let me refresh this. I don't know what's going on. We let it play first. All right, stop. Now let me go back. So in this video, this brother's gonna talk about how to get an 800 credit score. Now, let me explain something to you. Being an American citizen, you have financial. Yeah, he is Julius Caesar. They stabbing him in the back. Brutus stabbing him in the back. They sure are. Mike Pence, all of them. Anyway, don't get me started, man, because I'm angry. There's always this calm anger. Remember in Avengers when he said, "Hey, man, I'm always angry." He turned around and turned into the Hulk. I can do that. Not turn into the Hulk, but I could fly off the handle in a second right now. Like I've been like that since November 4th. So it is what it is. I'll calm down. I'm all right. I'm actually better now. So Bandman Kevo, you see what he driving. Okay? So this dude ain't no Milli Vanilli. All right. Now let me let y'all hear what he got to say.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel, man. Today we're talking about credit, you know what I'm saying? How to get 800 in less than 2 months if there's no negatives on your credit. You know what I mean? Now, if there's any negatives on your credit, you might want to get the negatives removed before you try building your credit. But if you try to get a credit score that's an 800 in less than 2 to 3 months. Very first step is you want to start on trade lines or primaries. What are trade lines and primaries? Trade lines are a piggyback off someone else's credit. So let's say if I got a credit card and I want to make you an authorized user on my credit card so you can gain my history, it's called a trade line. Now, a primary is sites that you can sign up for to have memberships that if you buy something from their site, they will give you a $5,000 credit, a $7,000 credit, a $10,000 credit. As far as like, I can tell you a few sites as far as that you can sign up for. One site is My Jewelers Club. You know what I mean? You can go to myjewelersclub.com. They give you an automatic $5,000, you know what I'm saying, primary that will report. And you know what I'm saying? It'll probably shoot you up a nice amount of points. You can sign up for New Post Direct. You can sign up for Huntington Chase. You can sign up for an app called Self. You know what I mean? Like, it's also another credit card called Brain, the digital credit card. It's on the App Store. You know what I'm saying? It's all types of different sites you can sign up for. These are good primaries that will help your credit shoot up crazy. Now, on my OnlyFans, I got like over $50,000, $60,000 worth of primaries that you can go to, and you can sign up for every single site. And basically, your credit score will be through the roof. After that, you know what I'm saying? You'll see your shit go from 6, 7, almost to like 800. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have to pay these places back on time. My suggestion is basically having a banking account linked and do auto payment. You know what I mean? Primaries, trade lines. You know what I'm saying? You put those two together, you unstoppable. You'll be able to get a lot. You'll be able to get higher limit credit cards. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys sign up for the Experian app to keep track of everything, to make sure your address is updated. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know about the credit cleaning or whatever, my suggestion is like I got like different ways that you can clean your credit on my OnlyFans that I've been showing people how to do that involves letters. Like you can use certain letters, you know what I'm saying? As long as you mail them out, you know what I'm saying, and you edit them right, you'll be able to get anything taken off your credit. You can learn more about that on my OnlyFans though. But as far as this video, I suggest anybody to just work on your credit, get your credit score up as much as you can, because it's a lot of people out here with money. They don't have no credit at all. They can't even get a regular car. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody at like a 6, you know what I'm saying, a 5, you know what I'm saying, only thing that could be holding your points back from being on your credit, or you might not even have no credit. It's for people that don't have no credit. All you need is some trade lines. All you need is some primaries or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Once you put that on your credit, you straight. You feel me? You're gonna be able to really turn up. You're gonna be able to really like go to the next level as far as like doing what you have to do. But so y'all can go inside of a bank and actually ask your bank for a credit card. And if you don't get like a high limit credit card, my suggestion is just ask for a secure credit card. So let's say if you got $5,000, right? You can go inside of your bank and be like, yeah, I would like a secure credit card. They're gonna ask you for how much. The more money you do, the better. So if you got $20,000, ask for a $20,000 secure credit card. It's all gonna go on your credit, and basically.
I agree. I think a lot of them are based on junk banks, but you got to look at it. Credit, a lot of times, approval is not a person-driven process. Now, when you talk about underwriting, yeah, you might have some human eyes looking at it. But if you're trying to get like a $200,000 or less credit line or credit card, man, that thing automated. You go on these bank websites, fill it out. They go on your score primarily. Then they ask you for your income, and a lot of times they just trust what you tell them. So if you tell them you're making $20,000 a month, and then you tell them that you make, they look and see you got a 700 credit score on one of your trade lines, saying you've been paying for the last 10 years, you've been on time every month, you'll get approved. You know what I'm saying? One of the quickest ways to get your credit way up is a company by the name of Care Credit. Care Credit is a subsidiary of Synchrony Bank. Man, let me tell you something. Care Credit worked wonders on my damn credit. They got me approved for all types of stuff because I went to Care Credit, got approved. I actually was getting this lady to do some like a medical procedure, and it was just something cosmetic I wanted to do on my back. And then the lady, I didn't do it though, but I applied for the credit, and they approved me for $12,000. Like the whole damn thing. They approved me for $12,000. I was like, damn, And so what that did was when I got that, and I think I did a little something like a couple of little, I forget what they call it, cool sculpting things. And I did those little sessions, and I paid, it was like $1,000, but I was just making the minimum payment, because I knew it was good for my credit. And man, I'm talking about, dog, I was getting approved. I'd get approved for anything after that. Now, they shut it down last year because I don't know if it was right around when the pandemic hit. I was mad as hell. I guess it had been closed. And I had one late pay on this other thing that I had. And it wasn't my fault. I ain't trying to be funny. I paid a call. I paid my calls some years ago, and the company never really told me that I owed them some fees or something. So when I made my 36 payment, they didn't say nothing, and then all of a sudden they're gonna put on there I was 100 and some days late. I'm out, man. I called them cussing, but car paid off. So I'm getting that whole thing deleted. But that's neither here nor there. The point I'm trying to make is my credit still is a decent score, but it was way higher than that. But because of that, they shut it down. But you got to understand, when you got something bad on your credit, you want to try to get rid of stuff like that. And when he talked about that, one of the ways, now this is what I always do. And I'm going to keep playing this in a second. But what I always do, guys, is, what's the day? Today, the 23rd. So this week would be perfect, right? What you do is, this is the last week, around Wednesday, which is the 27th, you pick up that phone and you call your creditors. And you say, hey, if you got the money now, don't call nobody you ain't got the money. But you say, hey, say you owe $1,000. You call them joker with $350. Like, hey, man, now it depending on how old it is. Now, if it's brand new, if it's under 3 years old, they're going to probably want to finagle you a little bit for about 65, 70%. But if you over 3 years, usually a lot of debt companies have sold the debt. Some company bought it for 10 cents on the dollar, 5 cents on the dollar. And then they got it on your credit. You'll see it done on your credit. When that second company get it a lot of times, man, it's so easy to get that stuff off your credit. All you got to do is call them. Get them a piece of, say, hey, 30 cents on the dollar, 40 cents. 40 is the top end for me. But when you get around 40%, so I ain't gonna lie, I did 50 a couple of times. 50 cents on the dollar. They looking like we came up. We only paid 5 cents on the dollar. Well, that jump, when you pay it off, your credit will actually go up. Now, you might only get like 20 points off of it, but that's good, man. You got a couple of cell phones. Them cell phones will get you. You know what I'm saying? Verizon, man, pay them folks, man. Pay them off. Let me tell you something. I did the joys of paying bills. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talk about this, because this brother's going to break down how he's able to use his credit. I'm going to go through a couple of his videos. He uses his credit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, definitely. Get them. You got to get a fax number. Get you an e-fax number and get them to fax it to you, because credit companies lie. So make darn sure you don't send a dime nowhere. Yeah, go ahead. You can do what you want to do, boo.
Oh, you have to play with me.
I'm gonna play with you in a second. Me and you gonna play as soon as Daddy get finished, okay? All right. So
finish talking?
Yeah, when I get finished talking, okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, the thing is, you have to look at it, man. You don't you never give a company your money without getting it in writing. You just don't. Once you get that 50 cent, say, hey, I need you to fax something saying that, once I send this, you get this, and then we agree on it, and then I'll send it. What you do when you get that letter and you send that receipt, or you show where you sent that money, you send that directly to your to Equifax, your damn. You don't wait. You send it to them, and I'm talking about in 5 days your credit score will jump. That's how you move fast. But let's keep going.
3 to 4 months of paying that secure credit card, you might.
His YouTube channel, I give y'all the link to the video.
Be getting 50, 60, 70,000. You know what I'm saying? Because credit ain't number trust. The more that the banks feel like they can trust you, the more money that they give you. You know what I'm saying? So if they feel like, oh, well, he already got a $40,000 credit card. He already got a $50,000.
I ain't lying, guys. When I see all these black dudes with YouTube channels and they driving Lamborghinis and Ferraris, you get my attention. I hate to say it like that. Like, damn, black folks always want to. It ain't that. I'll necessarily. I'll take information. If you sitting in a room with a chalkboard, I really can care less. But my thing is, when you see guys like him, TJ Millionaire Mentor, I'm damn sure gonna listen to what they gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think nobody can tell you how to be successful. You have to actually do it. Leave credit cards alone. And that's the thing. If you don't have no discipline, you are correct. I think I'm not a Dave Ramsey guy. I think credit can be used and leveraged a smart way. I just think in 2-3 years you could be well off. If you got a trade line, hear me out. Let's say you put these trade lines on there and you get your credit at 750, right? Then you go and you try to, once you got the trade lines and you got a job, you got the income. You go and you apply from Chase, Wells Fargo, HSB Direct, whatever the name of those companies are, and you get 5 or 6 trade lines, each worth $30,000, right? Don't go spend $150,000. What you do then is you sell the slots, each one of those credit cards. Now, not all of them. Some of them won't allow. I think American Express doesn't, but I do know that certain cards will allow you up to like 5 or 6 different people, some of them 10, that are actual sign on. They can be on the account with you, which means it'll report to their credit. And then you lease it every 45 days. You sell it for like $700, $1,000. So they get $1,000 for $1,000 for 45 days. They get to be on your trade line. You got 10 slots. So per card now. So you got 5 cards, like I said. You see the potential. And stop, boy, stop. That's what a lot of people do. Didn't I tell you to stop? Okay. Anyway, that's what a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? Do it again. I told you to stop. All right, sorry about that. So, a lot of people, that's what they do. And I've been learning about that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of brothers out here that do that. That's what they do. They lease out, they do that. Now, there's certain places you have to go to do that. I don't have that information. Other people do. But it's out there. You know what I'm saying? That's real. So debt to income ratios is something a lot of people overlook. They have high credit score, but low income, so they can't get. Yep, exactly. That is true. My buddy has a credit score of 734. However, he ran up the car. Yeah, see. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. When you young, I'm gonna tell y'all something now. Because I did it when I was 19. Went to college. You go to college, they give you these credit cards with a $2,500 limit, $1,000 limit, $1,500. That's a lot of money for a college kid. Next thing you know, you going back then, there was Tommy Hilfiger. So I went and bought a bunch of Tommy Hilfiger. I was the flyest nigga. I had my little K-Swiss on. You couldn't tell me nothing. Couldn't tell me I wasn't clean. I ain't had no job. I ain't had no money. So my credit was bad. But, and in college, I guess you like, screw it. But when you get out, you might need your credit. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn the hard way. And if you don't have a stable job, stable income, then you will not be able to really manage credit like you really should. Yeah, I'll drop a link. I'll drop a link in a second. Real deal. But you know what I'm saying? You will not be able to manage credit like you should, because You got to understand, guys, if you don't have a stable income, let me give you a good example. When I had my I paid my insurance on my car, right? So what I did was I went and set up my insurance to come directly out of my checking account. I don't even pay attention to it. Because I bundled it with a couple other things, my insurance only is about $110 a month. I got 2 cars covered, and I got renters. I think I got some other insurance for like $110. You like what type? What? You gotta understand my car. I got an 03 and an 07 too. So, but still, I ain't got no damn liability. I got they full coverage. I have to. Well, it is full coverage, but I have to pay a higher deductible. I can get my hands on $1,000. So, $1,500. So I'd rather pay if I get an accident. I'd rather pay the $1,500 because I know if my car totaled like that, if I can't fix it with $1,500 out of my pocket, then what I would do is just drop the $1,500 and get my car fixed if it's a $7,000-$8,000 job. See what I'm saying? Me, I'm gonna get it done for about $2,500. Most jobs, most of my I know body people that can do work for about $25,000. So I'm gonna put $2,000-$3,000 in my pocket off of an accident if that happens. Plus, if they hit me, I'm going to get another check. You know what I'm saying? For all types of stuff. But the point I'm trying to make is, man, when I was younger and I didn't have stable income, I didn't keep insurance. In fact, that's how my license wound up getting suspended. I got stopped. I had a valid license, had my tag registered, but I didn't have valid insurance. Got an insurance ticket, was broke, unemployed at the time, didn't have the money to go to court. Instead of taking my dumb ass to court like I should have, I didn't show up for court. Well, they suspended my license. I got stopped about 2 other more times. They told me they gave me 3 driving while suspended. Well, actually, there was 4. One guy stopped me like back to back to back. I couldn't stand this guy. He was in my neighborhood, a white guy. Came in the black community with just stopping everybody, just racking up tickets off a motorcycle. Right.
Hey, Daddy.
Motorcycle cop ain't gonna take you to jail a lot of times in Montgomery. So I racked up 3 just from one white dude. Then I got stopped the first time. That was 4 right there. You add that mess up over the time, my life, I wound up paying like $8,500 in tickets because each driver while suspended was $1,000. But that's neither here nor there. Being irresponsible is expensive. It just is. You know what I'm saying? It just is, man. You need stable income. However that comes. If it's a job, fine. If it's a business, fine. But you need stable income. You do not need to put yourself in a situation where you getting this. If you trying to do this and your ass ain't got no real stable income, you about to screw yourself up. Because guess what? If you broke and you need gas in your car, instead of you staying your ass at home, or it's the weekend, you want to go out with your homeboys, they in town, you ain't got no money, but you got that nice shiny credit card. Well, you're gonna use it. So I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the adult thing. If you never took any advice from me, if you young and you ain't got no stable income, leave this shit alone. Leave it alone. You might build small credit, little $100, get you a $500 card or $1,000 card. Because by the time you get to where you got stable income and you've been paying on that $500 card, see the payments on the $500 card is only like, a high interest card wouldn't be $40, $50. You know what I'm saying?
Now what Spider-Man tried to do? Oh. Did he jump through the window or something?
I don't know, boo. I don't know. I had a $1,000 Dillard's card. It was actually called Gate Perspective. And I didn't pay it. And it hurt my credit. I had a $1,000 Discover card. Didn't pay it. It hurt my credit. You know what I'm saying? My credit was down. Now, at the time, in my 20s, I really wasn't about to use credit like that. But when I got in my late 20s and had my own mobile car wash and was trying to make money, I was coming in the bank trying to get my paperwork together. It's like you're going to have to personally sign. And that's when I went pulled my credit and I had a 530. And I had to fix it. You know what I'm saying? And it took a while. It took a while, man. I fixed my credit a couple of times. But I'm going to tell you like this, man. If you're young, you ain't got no money, be careful. Credit is the fastest way to get fucked up. I'm just telling you right now, screwed up. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you have stable income. And then once you have stable income, you can go and start getting these credit cards. But you only need to do about 10% of the card. Then you cut it. Listen to me now. Hear me well. You do 10% of the card. If you get a $40,000 card, you only do $4,000. And you cut that damn card up and you pay that on that $4,000, you might be paying $80, $60. Well, it won't even be that much. Probably about $50. You pay that $50, you put it on. Yeah. You pay that $50 and you put it on automatic draft and you leave it alone. There you go, boo. You put it on automatic draft. You pay the $50, you put it on automatic draft. Because what that'll do is that'll allow you freedom to be able to, not have to worry about your credit. And you're going to get a strong bounce off that. And that's how it works, man. But in order to build up to that, like if you ain't got no credit right now, or you got credit, but you ain't got no credit cards for $5,000, $10,000, I would go sign up for this stuff this man talking about. Bandman Kevo, I would sign up for it, make a little $300 purchase, make the minimum payment about 6 months, call them folks back and ask them to raise your limit to $10,000, right? Once you get around $10,000, now you can go and apply for Wells Fargo. Just go on the website. Go apply for Wells Fargo. Make sure you paid off all your bad dings on your credit, charge-offs. Call them folks back if it's a charge-off. Somebody bought that debt. If it's charges, especially if it's under 3 years old. Or you can go to the done credit cleaning people and let them clean your credit too. But, that would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful. You got to be careful with that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah, boo. All right. So what I want you guys to understand is Bandman makes some real solid points. I just want you guys to be careful when you jumping into this credit game because you can't be screwed up. I done messed my credit up a bunch of times. So I know what it's like to dig out the hole. I done had stuff deleted. After the easiest stuff is to delete is after it's been paid off. But I've had a lot of stuff deleted. I've had my credit down in the 5s a bunch of times. Then I've had it up in the 7s. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I know how to handle. I don't fear credit. But now I'm older. I can pay my insurance. I can pay these bills every week. I have direct deposit, so I know, or every other week or whenever. And I get the direct deposit, so I know as soon as I get this check, this is coming out, this is coming out, this is coming out. That's what they want. They want to see that. And when you pay them bills over an extended period of time, man, your credit, it becomes easy. It becomes easy to maintain. You know what I'm saying? If you pay your bills on an extended period of time. It's a slippery slope if you got them credit cards walking around with them and you ain't got no real valuable income. Yeah, it's a slippery slope. It is. I don't think I use my credit cards for right now is written cards. That's it. Like I'm taking my boy to we going taking him somewhere for his birthday. I'm gonna run a truck. I'm gonna rent it, pay it right back off. Rent it, pay it right back off. Like that. That's how you do. I did an Airbnb on it. You know what I'm saying? I do little stuff like that. That way I keep my cash. I rent over the next two checks. I pay that mess off. Pay it right back off. They're not gonna have me. I'm not gonna let them carry on the balance for me for years. That's not smart. If you got credit cards that are maxed out, now this is just I ain't trying to tell you to do no scam, but I'm gonna tell you if you got credit cards that are maxed out right now, the smart thing to do is to get your hands on some money and pay that damn credit card down to at least 10 to 20%. I would say under 10. You know what I'm saying? Some people 30% is people go back and forth. Some people say 30, some people say 10. Either way, I don't think they trip about it. When you over 30, that's when they ding you. You might get a lot more credit when you under 10, you get more of a jump. And yeah, you have to learn that lesson, man. And that's why I always tell people, look, man, nobody raised us teaching us about credit. Okay, so you didn't know about credit at 18. Why you in your 30s still got a bad credit score? They ain't no excuse. Why? You know what I'm saying? You might do a lot of reckless things at 17, 18 years old. Unprotected sex. You might do a dumb bunch of stupid things. There's no excuse when you are in your 30s and 40s still doing dumb things with your money. You know what I'm saying? And I know women that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and broke. You can't ask them for $5. I know females like that make a lot of money and they broke, but you look at them, they slaying, as they put it. They dress nice, they got the nice BMW. They look like $1 million. They look like $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Smart. That's smart, man. You brothers got something to say? Real deal, Dunamis?
Yo, salute to
What's
you,
up,
Sub.
Right.
A lot of people pretty much don't know how to use their credit when they do get the credit used. Pretty much utilization, because I'm not the best of credit, but when I do use credit, I'm pretty much putting it on marketing, so I'm getting a return on investment due to the fact that it's promoting my products. So I know white dudes that pretty much have like American Express cards and just go full ham. So it's not a race thing. It's pretty much mentality.
I mean, if you got a credit card, if you're running a business, right, and you got a credit card and you paying Facebook $5,000 a month in marketing.
Well, not that high, but $20 a day. So that'd be like 600.
Well, I wasn't talking about you particular.
Okay, my bad.
But either way, if this whatever, run it through the credit card. You paying it anyway. You're gonna pay it. You spend it. You're making the profit, and then that's just a business expense. Why? Because if you got a credit card in that business name, that you're gonna probably have to put you at first. And that's another thing. You can put these companies that he's talking about on a business EIN number. And then what happened is that EIN number will have a strong credit score. So you could do that. You know what I'm saying? What that does is that allows you the ability to be able to get a lot of credit in that business name. And then you just pay it off every month. Pay it off. Every month when you make those payments, you pay it off. And I know somebody that does that. And I'm talking about this brother got an 8-something. I mean, he get whatever. Man, he'll call the bank. He's so cool with the bank in Montgomery. That cat will call the bank. They'll just put money in his account. They know him because it's a little credit union you go through. Maxwell Federal Credit Union in Montgomery. He called them folks, man. He can call a dude. He know him by name. He call him. I'm talking about what's the day? Saturday. He called him today. If they open right now, the dude might not be in today because he's a corporate. He's over commercial lending. But if he called him, he called the guy. He got the cell phone. He called him, hey, man, Monday, I'm going to need that. They'll put the money in. They say, all right, man, I have it in that Tuesday morning. Sure enough, he'll have the damn money in that Tuesday morning. I'm talking about 20, 30, 100,000, whatever he need, because the brother, he's real good with his money. Let me tell you something, man. You want to be wealthy in America? This is why I love being American. You want to be wealthy in America? Show you know how to manage your money. If you prove that you know how to manage money, you can leverage that skill to better your situation in your life and your income. You got an 800 credit score, bro, and you got a $65,000, $70,000 a year job. Look, man, you really
negotiate some good equity on that one.
Well, I mean, think about it. If I get a card, I get 2 cards, and they paying me. Let's say 2 cards, they paying me $50,000. They got a $50,000 limit. I got $500 ran up, $1,000 ran up on each card, right? And then you take those cards, and you got 10 slots per card. Each slot you rent it out every 45 days for a $50,000 card. You at least have to pay $1,000 for that. That's $20,000 every 50 to every 45 days. Now, you have to market it and do all the other stuff, but if you moderately successful, you know what I'm saying? You can get $5,000, $6,000 every 45 days. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's if you just moderately manage your money and you discipline. That's what a lot of these brothers are doing. This brother right here, that's another brother called Him 500, HIM 500, the number 500. Type him up on YouTube. I done sat and watched him. Now, I mean, look, each one of these guys I'm telling you about, they're going to say they scammers, they this, they that. And you might be telling some truth for that. Like like one brother want $5,000 for you to sign up. I ain't going to say who. But I'm not getting him. There's no $5,000 to learn about no damn credit. I'm just not. Like, it might be stuff that I don't know, but one thing about money, man, once you figure out money and you get successful with something, you can always, it's just, I don't know what it is, you always in that space. Like me trying to build an internet company, I know internet millionaires, black ones, right here in Atlanta. Me trying to do real estate, I know black real estate millionaires right here in Atlanta and Montgomery and in Birmingham. Me trying to do selling cars, I know car sales millionaires right here in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I know 2 people that sell cars that are worth millions. You know what I'm saying? You would never know. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm talking about. So, Dunamis, what you got, bro?
Yeah, so because a lot of people don't understand. Like I remember when I was back in college, I tried to get a credit card, but my mom told me no. And I think that was one of the worst mistakes ever. Because had I got it, I would have had like 3 years on it. When I graduated, I had to get an apartment. And because I had no credit, they couldn't lease it, so I had to get somebody to co-sign. Try to get a car. And I had to go to I had to get like a subprime loan to get a car loan because I was in need of a car. I didn't have the money to go put a down payment, so went to a dealership, CarMax, and got like a car payment of like $500 a month. And I got like a minivan. And so it's like, I think credit is one of the biggest things to get started. But you gotta have that.
Let me ask you this. What would have been, just objectively speaking, if your parents make you a signee on one of their credit cards, the instantly you go back 10 years on the credit card, there you go. You know what I'm
but
saying?
then with that, but they had bad credit themselves. So that's why they didn't want me to get a credit card, because they was afraid that I get sucked up like how they did.
Well, that's where a lot of us as African American and a lot of poor people, period, tend to fail. Yeah, give me a second. I got you, boo. Daddy gonna play with you in a second, okay? Okay. So, one thing you got to look at, man, when you messing up your credit, you thinking, okay, credit is bad, leave it alone, run away from it. Like Dave Ramsey, right? Dave Ramsey was living on credit. He's living on borrowed money. That's dumb. I'm not trying to dog him, because Dave Ramsey has done a lot of great things. He's worth way more than me right now. But what I'm saying is, so he has this mentality like, I'll never touch credit again. And I agree. I think if you don't have the discipline, if you weren't financially stable, then you shouldn't be messing with credit like that. But eventually, okay, boo, hold on. But eventually, okay, boo, hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on 1 second. One thing you got to look at, man, credit. If you say, look, I'm not gonna live on it, but you get a car, like say you got $1,000 car, you maybe spend $100, cut it up, and make the minimum payment for 2 years. That's gonna help you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna help you. And then after you make 6 minimum payments, they'll jump you up to 5,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta call them and ask them. Go ahead, Real.
Well, Dave Ramsey, didn't he? Did he file for bankruptcy? And if he did, how many times? Just a quick answer.
I think it was once.
Yeah, I think yeah. He was a millionaire by 30 and then lost it all. He had basically same thing. People wasn't paying their rent. I had a friend just like that. Had a bunch of mortgages, had like 40 houses, was killing them, making all this money. And he refied all these houses and spent the money, right? Because if you refi the house and you put the money in your pocket and then the person doesn't pay the rent and you spent the money, you screwed. That's how that happens.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You living on borrowed money. You never live on borrowed money. You don't live on borrowed money. You live on residual income. That's what you live off of.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
You don't live on borrowed money. If you borrow money, that money is for the business. All these people getting this PPP money, business. That's what it's for. That is for the business. And I'm gonna tell you something. In business, when you invest in a business, it a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times when you invest in a business, you get that return. I've seen plenty of people have successful businesses and they suck all the money out the business. As soon as the business make $5, they spend it. I'm like, it's just like the richest man in Babylon. Arcad was like, you eating the children of your wealth. Like, you need to take that money and invested because I think he trained the guy. Remember, in The Richest Man in Babylon, he was like, the first year, the guy went, made some money, saved up 10%. Took the first year he went and bought some diamonds, but it turned out to be glass. And the dude made a fool out of him. He had to work another year, saved up the money, made a wise investment, and then threw a party and bought some clothes with it. Arcad was like, man, what are you doing? He's like, you eating the children of your wealth. You have to let them go and invest in other children and other like that. Then eventually you pay. That's what you live off of. Man, he did. By the third time he did it, he worked a year. The third time he went ahead and he was successful. He figured out how to be wealthy. That's the key. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think so. With that too, it's two factors: the foundation having that discipline, and like you said, not living off of borrowed money, but have the recurring money coming in. But two, a lot of people don't have a vision to what they want, to where it's kind of like, I got all this money now, so what am I going to do with it? You know what I'm saying? So the highest thing they saw was just buying a nice car, clothes, a party, but they don't have a bigger vision beyond that. That kind of sets people up.
It does. I've been around people that don't. It's not on, boo. It's not on.
What does it need?
It's on. Where's the remote? Go get the remote. It's on.
What remote is it?
I don't know, boo. You got so many toys in there. We'll find it. We'll find it when I get finished, okay? When I get finished, I'll find it. I'm gonna tell you one thing you got to look at, man. I know everybody say Bandman's a scammer, but the dude dropping knowledge. That's all I care about. He dropping knowledge. I ain't say go get his dude $20,000, 30. That's you the idiot. I mean, he got a OnlyFans where he teaching people stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I would sign up for the OnlyFans and I would give money just to see what's up. And if I don't like it, I'll cancel it. I mean, to me, it's all about investing in yourself. People, I've actually learned a lot from people that were called scammers. I have. Like him 500 is called a scammer too. Just to be straight up with you, he got a bad reputation. But yeah, but half the shit I done told you, not half, but some of the piece I told you about leasing out your credit, letting people use as signees on your credit card. He's the one. He'll actually tell you where to go to sign up, which cards allow you to do that, but you would have to pay him.
Yeah,
I mean, some knowledge is worth it. I don't know. Now you can find that knowledge without going through them. You can. And a lot of people will call that dude a scammer, but if you can come to you can go to him or Bandman Kelbo, get him X amount of $1,000, and they go directly to the information. They might have saved you 2 weeks or a month.
But services is rendered, so I don't see that being a scammer. Like, if services is being rendered, it can be underwhelming, but that I wouldn't necessarily call that scam.
I mean, people get mad if you aggregate information and give it to them. That's all people do anyway. Anything you pay for, like any real estate course, anything, any trading. Look, I can go on YouTube and learn how to trade for free. But who's going to wade through the 90% of bullshit information on YouTube to find that 10% quality stuff? Any subject you're trying to learn, you have gurus that are really legit. Not even on YouTube, you got gurus selling stuff. You got people selling stuff for $10,000 that ain't worth 50 cents. I agree. But once you've done your I'll find the remote. Once you've done your due diligence and you know for a fact that, okay, this is legit. I check references. I went to other websites and looked at what people had to say that actually spent the money. See, I don't just go take your word off YouTube. I go to Google. I say, okay, let me see who took his course and what they got to say. And I go to other websites that ain't got anything to do with that person and see what people that took it have to say. Well, so-and-so wasn't that good, but that, like, for example, a lot of people hated Carlton Sheets back in the day. Carlton Sheets dropped a lot of damn knowledge. People called him a crook though. I'm like, no. I actually think that Carlton Sheets course was a hell of a course. A lot of y'all probably too young to remember that. Carlton Sheets in the early 2000s, late 90s, everybody was doing that Carlton Sheets stuff. Carlton Sheets dropped a lot of game in real estate. If you ain't never done it, one piece of advice, if I tell you, hey man, before you do this, make sure you do this and do that and do this. that one piece might save you from getting screwed by a contractor. Like my experiences with contractors, don't just get no contractor your whole damn job until you know he a legit guy. He has to be tried and tested. Give him a small job. When you getting these deals and you rushing, that's when you get burnt. Because the contractor, well, man, I do the whole job. Give me 30,000. He gonna suck 25,000 out and he gone. Now you sitting there with half your work done. He got 25,000. He got another job paying 50,000. He like, forget that 5,000. I ain't studying that. I'm finna go. That's how a lot of them do people.
Aren't you supposed to negotiate it in brackets like phase one?
You do. But what a lot of them will do is they'll get it in writing. Then they'll come back and add stuff, and that's how they get you. And the next thing you know, if you're not experienced, I'm not talking about the average person. That's advice. What you just said. What they'll do, like the one dude, my deal I just did, the dude kept begging me for the whole job. I said no. I said, man, let's see how this goes. I'm like, nigga, I ain't finished. So I gave him a little $8,000 job to see what he would do, and he screwed me. Well, I still had enough money to do the deal. Now, if I'd have gave this nigga $30,000, I'd have been screwed. First of all, he gave me shoddy work. I'm so glad I didn't let him touch my roof, because had he done my roof, ain't no telling what I'd have had to pay. Because I done dealt with doing a bad roof. Once you do a roof wrong one time, you in trouble. As soon as it rains, you got to come right back. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you need to, and these are just things. I'm not trying to go down a tangent. What I'm saying is it pays to invest in knowledge. I'm a big proponent. And there are people that I gave thousands of dollars to that I regret, but at the same time, I was investing in myself. And I would do it again if I saw the value in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I got into it with Kevin Samuels, because I would have gave him $500 instead of $100. But I just needed to see the value, so I wanted to speak with him. Not going to go down that road again, but that's what I'm talking about. You got to have some sort of value. And if you see value, man, you never should feel bad about, he scammed me. Yeah, like I had a dude say I scammed him. Now, hear me out before I let y'all say one thing. You get this out. So I had a student. This is the only student that never said this, but he was lazy. So I had a student, didn't do the job, didn't study. I gave him my course. I taught him. He came back. I didn't charge him a dime. He only gave me $400. Now he paid me $100 at a time too. That's what was crazy. It wasn't like he just paid me. So by the time he gave me the last $100, it was like 2 weeks before I was finished. Okay. So that I trusted him to give me the money. He took the course, came back, took the course again, right? And whenever I would make a mistake or do something wrong, he would giggle or laugh, or he would always try to correct me if I had something wrong I was saying or something. But he didn't know shit, but he would try to, right? So I knew I said, this dude here feel like I hate him. But it is what it is, right? Dude, do you know after I finished the second time, he went in a little small hangout group that they had and was trying to get the other students to try to sue me, talking about I scammed them.
Wow.
And I said, brother, I gave you my time 10 hours a week for 6 months, because he took my course. I gave you 10 hours a week of my time for 6 months. I answered all your questions. I sat there and helped you. I helped you with everything. I bust my ass. You gave me $400. I'm a professional database developer. You ain't gonna find that for no damn $400, right? And he talking about you a scammer. Nobody got a job. Dude, would you know this how God works? Would you know? He said that. Like, right same day he said that. One of my students, Mark, landed his first position that same exact day. I'm getting a little feedback from you, dudes. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I was like, okay. So I see what's up. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised, guys. Go ahead. You can say something. I ain't gonna talk to you. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick with Batman Cavo. I'm not too much on him 500. Well, Batman, there was an issue of he was doing card cracking back in the day. So that's where you get somebody, you give them some money, y'all open up they have a Bank of America account, y'all put money inside. Anyway, basically you take out more than is there and you close the account. So that's what got him caught up. But he's one of those dudes where It's kind of like black hat, gray hat.
He had an entire racket. He had an entire racket of people.
I mean, he went to jail. I mean, I'm saying he admitted that, and I just watched another video.
Yeah.
He said, I scammed. He admits it.
Yeah, he admits it. He didn't hide it.
He got video breaking. Yeah, he break down what he did.
Yeah. But now with the credit stuff, I don't see it as a scam. Just he knows the loopholes and he's willing to like search that stuff out. So it's kind of like he's saying it's worth the investment instead of you trying to do all that kind of stuff, getting caught up. Just learn from somebody else that's been through or knows what they're talking about.
This brother got $50,000 worth of trade lines he can get you signed up in once you join his OnlyFans. Now, I don't know how much his OnlyFans cost. It might cost $500 a month. I don't know.
No, 50 a month.
That's it.
50 a month. Because I was on his OnlyFans and I managed to get into a couple of primaries. Primaries work better than authorized users due to the fact that a lot of credit profile, it's over credit profile over scores. So when it comes to primaries, it pretty much helped legitimize you. A lot of companies starting to look at authorized users as piggybacking issues. People are not starting to give people.
Well, I mean, look, and I agree, but let me tell you something. A lot of people still don't do that. A lot of people still will just take your score. Your score is a powerful thing. If you still got a good score, not to say that you shouldn't. I believe in getting primaries anyway. If you can get a primary, it's way better. Like, and I'm gonna tell you another thing. When you go to Credit Karma, and I never did this, and then I did it one day. They gave me like $25,000. I was shocked. Like, damn, that's it. I'm talking about the next day. What you do is you go on Credit Karma. When you checking your score, they gonna have all the stuff you already qualified for, and they have a star level. And if it's 4 stars or higher, you're gonna get approved. Now 3 stars is iffy, but 4 stars, you're gonna probably get approved. And I'm gonna tell you, man, they'll give you $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on a loan, man. Like you could do that. You would never know it. If you got a decent, if you over 600, you probably can get you about 10,000. If you got a decent, if you over 600 with a job, you probably can get a damn, $10,000 to $15,000 loan from on Credit Karma, payday loan.
And what's one thing now that's doing a good card is Pedal, but most of the technology they use the Plaid system. So what they're doing now is you put your bank information in there, and they look at your bank account to see how much you're making, how much you're spending. A lot of times you get a higher credit limit starting out. I mean, you got to have some kind of credit profile to begin with, but they look more at what your income is, and then give you a credit card from there. So, like, I was getting like $1,000 cards, $500 cards, but with Pedal, I got like a $3,000 card because they looked at how much money I was making.
That's it. But if you're young and you do have a job and you got a solid income, I would listen to this brother. I would listen to him because I do think he's one of them guys that just off a couple of pieces of the knowledge. I've actually succeeded in life a lot of times from stuff I learned from reading books when I used to go to the bookstore, or stuff I've learned from courses that I took. Like my whole IT course is based on a course that I took, that I paid $15,000 to learn how to do. What I teach my students right now, I paid $15,000 to learn. See what I'm saying? This is the type of stuff that I advise you guys to do. You know what I'm saying? Take the time to invest in yourselves. Let me keep this going.
Credit card, we can offer them 100 now. We can offer them 200,000. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, if you with a good bank, you can get secure credit card. You can get secure loans. Secure loans are almost better because if you go in there right now, let's say you got 200,000 sitting in your banking account, you can actually borrow against the $200,000 that's sit in your banking account. You can be like, hey, I would like to, use my money, you know what I'm saying, as far as a secure loan, and they will let you. So guess what? After you pay that money back, even though it's your money, but it's helping building your credit. Now you can actually go in there and set something up with them and say, okay, cool. I would like to take out $700,000. I would like a loan for $800,000. You have the history on your credit showing that the $200,000 that was sitting in your account, that you had alone. Low key. The thing is, though, it was your money, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's just good to do little stuff like that. It's little credit hacks, you know what I'm saying, that you can do that people don't know about, just like I just told you. they will have your credit through the roof with great history, because just having a high credit score doesn't mean nothing. There's plenty of people out here with like an 800, you know what I'm saying, that can't get $1,000 credit. So keep in mind that it's really just about, you know, having a high credit score and, you know what I'm saying, good credit history and a high credit limit, you know what I'm saying? So
I don't know, I find it.
those are little tips that I can tell you. If y'all got any questions about credit or whatever, you know what I'm saying, just go on my OnlyFans, inbox me or whatever. And if you need help cleaning, building, or anything like that, I got a lot of information on my OnlyFans. And we're going to take it to the top, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's how to get an 800 credit score. You know what I'm saying? That's how to get credit history. That's how to get a high limit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I suggest y'all just really, like, take the steps of, you know what I'm saying, listening to me as far as, I know a lot about credit. I know a lot about income. So let me know.
What's happening, guys? Raphael Vargas here. I'm here with my good friend, Mr. Bandman Kevo. Bandman Kevo, the one and only. Bandman Kevo is actually an expert when it comes to credit lines, stuff that I didn't even know about. Trade lines, all of that. So today we're going to talk about, and this is obviously an exclusive interview that we're going to be having for our individual fans, his OnlyFans, my individual masterminds. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to get into some deep stuff in credit. Keep watching. All right, so Kevin, man, we want to start off because honestly, I'm a cash guy. I've made a lot of cash, and I've like all the businesses that I've been a part of. You know, I've been real estate wholesaling. I made millions and millions of dollars. That's all cash. There was no credit need. I've been in, you know, now my e-commerce business again, a lot of cash that I've been moving, not a lot of credit that's needed specifically. Right. So in my line of business, I didn't really need to master the art of credit. Right. But for you, you had to, because you have, I mean, $4 million worth of exotic cars that you're renting out. You got Airbnbs all over the place that you're renting out. So you have a lot of cash flow. You needed credit for all of them. So talk to us the importance of credit and why that's important.
So basically, when I first started, I didn't know anything about credit. I only knew cash like you. So when I was going to the banks or whatever, they were basically telling me like I couldn't get anything. Even with money, I still couldn't, you know, secure certain things. So I was just like, okay, well, what do I need to do to build my credit? So I ran into somebody and they told me about trade lines. Now, if anybody don't know what trade lines are ways that you can pay people or companies to piggyback off of their credit. So let's say somebody got a $30,000 credit card. You can
a trade line is basically like you just talked about, giving you an authorized user on somebody else's account. If I got a credit card and my credit card, I've been paying on a Discover card for like 5 years and I never missed a payment, paid it on time every month or paid it off. I add you as an authorized user. Now it reflects like you've been doing that. Many companies ain't tripping about that yet. So I think trade lines are still viable right now. That might change in the near future, or maybe not. But right now, trade lines is a damn good way to get your credit up. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to buy a car or get a mortgage, a lot of times I know people that did that and got damn good interest rates. I mean, it makes sense. So that's what a trade line is.
You basically pay them for their history to be on your credit. You get what I'm saying? So once you pay somebody for their history, it all goes on your credit. Now, it will not stay on your credit, but it will get you to the next step of, if I don't have no credit cards and I get $30,000 on my credit, automatically I will be qualified for at least a $20,000 credit card until that trade line falls off. Now, primaries are certain websites that you can join up for.
So that's what he said. He said he's gonna leverage it. So if you got $1,000, $500 some card, you might want to get one of these things he talking about because it's automatic $5,000. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, your usage on your credit cards, revolving credit usage will drop, and what that does is that's gonna jump you up. That's like 35% of your score right there. Revolving credit, how much of it have you used? That's a big piece of your credit. So you know your credit is comprised of that and history. I think history and usage is like 70% of your damn credit, 75 or something crazy like that.
Become a member and they give you $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 credit points. You get what I'm saying? Yep. And they revolve. They revolve all the time on your credit. So, for instance, My Jewelers Club is a great. They give you $5,000.
My Jewelers Club is a website.
It's a website,
and that's the primary's website.
Yes.
Okay.
They give you $5,000. You know what I'm saying? They give you $5,000. Once they give you $5,000, it shows up on your credit. You might shoot up 50, 60, 70 points. You feel me? So if you got a primary with an authorized user, which is a trade line, you know what I mean? And you put them both together. If you signed up with Experian, Experian is going to recommend you a certain type of credit card because you got the history from, you got the $5,000 history, and you have the AU, which AU is 30,000, and the account been open for 15 years. If that smacks on your credit, it's going to show that you made every single payment on time for 15 years at $30,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you get that. So that's a trade line that you get on your own credit, right?
Yeah.
So if you get something like that, what will the bank see, and why is that beneficial? So now I want to buy these out of cars.
Okay, for instance, now if I'm the bank and you come in versus not having anything on your credit, and you tell them you want this car. Okay, the car is this and that down, and they want, this much a month. First thing they're gonna look at is credit and history. If you don't have no credit and no history, most likely they're gonna say, well, sorry or whatever, or they might try to convince you 75% down on the car in order for them to even.
Obviously, you have a $50,000 credit card. You can invest in multiple different businesses.
Exactly.
And what were you able to do?
So the first thing that I did was when I did all that with the primaries and the AUs, I basically took the credit off the credit cards and invested. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let my money come back, and when it started doubling, I reinvested back into my credit. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Finding higher trade lines. You can also get history. Like I was looking always for older trade lines, 20-year, 30-year trade lines. You know what I mean? You don't want to get them too old because it's also based on your age. You can't be 20 years old with a 20-year trade line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if you're a little older, you can, because some parents, when the kids in high school, they add their children on trade lines at 15, 16.
Right.
So it makes sense. But credit is all about history, and they just want to see. They just want to feel like they can trust you. You know what I mean?
So now you get, so really the point of this is if you don't have money, what he just said is you really don't have the knowledge. That's what it is. Like most people, if you don't have money, it's not that you don't have money, it's that you don't have the knowledge because the money's there.
Yeah.
If you finesse and you understand how trade lines work, you can literally get a $30,000, $50,000 credit card limit overnight. And now, from that point, you can invest in businesses, etc.
Also, let me tell y'all what the trade line is. Basically, they give you a post date. So let's say if today y'all buy a trade line, it's going to say, okay, well, the trade line is going to post on November 3rd. So you will be looking for this trade line to post on November 3rd. You're going to get an alert that it posted, and then that's when you go apply for your credit card or go try to apply for a loan or go try to get a car. You understand? Because the primaries is already going to be there. So you got 15,000 primaries that you signed up for just by joining the website. You definitely have to buy something.
Hold on.
But definitely, you're going to see that report on your credit. Okay, cool. That's 15,000 there.
This is one guy right here. I'm through with him right now. Let me go ahead and show y'all this brother here too. This is Money Man. Don't let his looks fool you. The brother, he's same way. He talks about credit too, and he just tell you how to do stuff. Now he hood, but he know the game. I'm not a hater. I listen to him, and he talked about like if you work at McDonald's, like what would he do? And he'll talk about his name, Money Man. You know what I'm saying? Let me just I don't think he got a channel per se, but it's just one word, Money Man. That's the guy. That dude, he another one. He tell you what to do. Now he do a lot of hood stuff with his credit, but I mean with his pictures and stuff, holding money up to his face. But the dude know the game though. He know the credit game.
He do.
So this dude here, this guy right here telling you, there's a lot of people starting to learn how to leverage credit, and it's not illegal what they doing. It's not just scamming and lying. They learning how to leverage good credit. Once you got an 800 credit score, you can do a lot. All you got to do is have income now and history. You know what I'm saying? Which you can buy. That's all you need. You know what I'm saying? I got real history now on my credit, but my credit is real. My history is real now. I got a couple of dings, but it wasn't my fault. But on that one ding I got, I'm mad as hell about that one. But I'm gonna give it. I'm still mad about that shit because I'm like, y'all know I paid y'all. Why y'all lied and said I ain't paid y'all in 120 days? Like, why would you just lie like that? You know what I'm saying? You know damn well we ain't had no contract, nothing. If you had told me, I'd have just paid you. You saw I made the payments. You just gonna drop it on my credit? I was mad as hell about it. Man, I called him, what's going on. But anyway, that's another video. But that being said, Money Man. Now he don't like Bandman Kevo. He said Bandman Kevo is a crook. See that? He said he a scammer or whatever, but you know, it is what it is.
Aren't they both from Chicago?
I don't know. I know Bandman is. So let me go, man. I gotta play with my son, man. It's Saturday. Me and him gonna play sword fight or whatever. You better get ready, little boy. You know what I'm saying? He coming here dropping the sword on.
All right, Sub.
Hey,
salute to you, man. I
Salute,
appreciate
man.
you for coming on my panel, man. Thank you.
Hey, ain't no thing. I enjoyed it, man. I had fun. Y'all have a good one. I'll be back probably one day this week. I really want to do a video about women hitting the wall and talk about this so-called wall thing that everybody keeps talking about. Because it's almost like people want women hit the wall so they can feel good about themselves. And okay, you didn't give me no play, but that's how come you fat now. Ha ha ha, like that. Like it's almost like a nah type thing. It's not really, did she really hit the wall? Like every woman ain't hitting no damn wall. You know what I'm saying? Like you think. Like, and so people say stuff, let me show you. This girl right here is in her mid-30s. This girl ain't hitting no damn wall, man. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear people say stuff like that, this is the girl from the movie Chirac. She ain't hitting no wall. Now, of course, I can't stand her politics, but that's another video, another subject, right? So if you get on here, this girl here, let me show you. Great shape, mid-30s. You know what I'm saying? So I know people saying, well, man, women hit the wall, man. They be like, y'all niggas need to stop. Y'all just hate us. This girl ain't hitting no damn wall. You know what I'm saying? That's her hair. That's really her hair. So, you know, it's a lot of women. And I want to talk about that because I feel like people going too far with it. Like, oh, you don't want no woman that's 35 and da. I'm like, all right, nigga, stop lying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he went to jail. He did go to jail for scamming, but he out now. I think he legit now. He did do scamming though. He talks about that. He admits it. I don't mind people telling the truth. I don't have no problem. I ain't seen the man say nothing that's do nothing. I hadn't heard about him doing nothing or saying nothing that's, you know, I ain't gonna say that. He's had some videos about scamming, but I ain't seen him do nothing unscrupulous. You know what I'm saying? I believe the wall is real. I do. I think there are women that pop a baby out and that's it for them. I agree. But don't think just because a woman's 30, over at 30 that she don't have no more options. Because that's how brothers want to think. And you full of, you know, not you, but a lot of brothers full of it. Hold on, boo. Give me a second. Daddy about to get off. I'm gonna get off. Don't come hit me with that thing. So, you know, a lot of brothers want to say, well, yeah, you know, she hit the wall. She hit the wall. Like, you need to think she hit the wall so you can feel good about yourself. Because otherwise, you like, damn, she wouldn't holler at me at 18. She wouldn't holler at me at 28. She won't holler at me at 38. Damn, who she thinks she is? Well, you know, but so you got to say, well, you hit the wall. I don't want you no more. And a lot of women that's in their mid-30s that still got their shit together, a lot of these niggas is lying. That's all I'm saying. A lot of dudes is lying. A lot of dudes. Now, if I had a choice, I would date. Of course, if you had a choice, you'd date a 22-year-old. But let's be honest. If you're 50 years old, right, 45, 35, maybe 35, you might can handle a 22-year-old. I mean, man, look here, man. 22, the average 22-year-old today, like if you're a grown-ass man in your 40s, like let's keep it above. What can you do with a 22-year-old besides laying that's vertical, not horizontal? Talk to me. Well, she's mature for her age. She was just in high school 4 years ago. What can she tell you? What can you, and then look, I ain't saying your woman's supposed to teach you nothing. I mean, we supposed to be the teachers, but you get what I'm saying? I do agree the wall is a choice. I agree with that 1,000%. She talking about little boy. So she didn't hit the wall. But you get what I'm saying? It's almost like I see a lot of people kind of feeling like they need to hear and believe this wall thing because it makes them feel good about when they got rejected when they was 15, 25, now they 35, and they say, well, now she want me. Yeah, but if she wants you, she probably is big and out of shape. Like if you was a lame at 22, she probably don't want you at 35, and now you like, well, she do. If she wants you at 35, you might be right, because there are women like that are big as a house. Like when your ass was slim and attractive, you ain't want me. Now you big as a house. Now you trying to call me and holler at me. Now I haven't had that happen to you. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, I'm not bitter though, because I got played when I was 22 though by other women, and not all women, but some. You know what I'm saying? This is a case by case scenario. Exactly. Even after 35, they rather sit on the P than give those guys that don't have their stuff together. Well, I mean, there are some women at 35 still holding it down. Then now what? I mean, I say this because I was talking to a friend of mine. He disagreed. No, that was Spider-Man on here. See what I'm saying? So some women at 35 still holding it down. I told my homeboy, like, I know women like 40 years old, cold in the month, in the gym, in shape, beautiful, in the face, ain't wrinkled up like a damn raisin. Abs, fat, round basketball ass, pretty, no kids. Yes, she was married, but they got a divorce. Beautiful. You wouldn't holler? No, man, I go get me a 20. If I'm 50, I'm gonna get me a 22-year-old. Do you honestly think you compete with a 22-year-old guy, like physically? Like, I'm in good shape. I'm in damn good shape. I think I am. My body fat is dropping like a motherfucker. That TRT is a motherfucker. My testosterone levels are up. Fat just falling off me. I probably look the best I ever looked in my life physically, like muscular wise, in shape. I'm still not a 22-year-old. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Now, could I get a 22-year-old? I probably could physically. I think I could. I'm confident like that. Whatever. But for the most part, what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes at my age bracket, over 35, you ain't Boris Kojo, okay? You think you just gonna go, and women, contrary to popular belief, women do care about looks. They do care about women. Lust matters with women. It just does.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man.
Daddy, how do I get off?
You get off what, dude?
So Spider-Man can say something.
I don't know. We finna see. All right, guys. So like I said, I'm gonna get on that subject later. And it is what it is. You want what?
Yeah. I wanna fight.
You wanna fight?
Yeah.
You wanna say something to the people? Say hello?
Hello.
Say what's up?
What's up?
Oh, I love this little boy, man. Y'all have a good one, man. I'm finna go play with him, man. Me and him, it's our day, man. Y'all have a good one. I see y'all.